Hi, welcome to the Strong Brew. This is Janani. Now, this is Dattu, and she was with me till I started recording. I think she's very camera shy, so as soon as I leave her, she's just going to go. Okay. Three people have taken the trouble to fill out our anonymous Ask TSB form, and I'm really thrilled and very grateful to each one of them. In fact, I'm even grateful to the first person who has written, "You." This is the first time in my life I've been trolled, and I'm actually feeling as if I've joined an elite club. The third question is what I'm going to answer today, and it's an interesting one, even though it's like short and sweet. Why should we get married? Right? This is someone who's 35 and who's from Bangalore. Now, I really want to thank this person for asking this very deep and interesting question. It's simple, but there are just so many thoughts here. Now, I don't know the details about you or your situation, so I'll just answer in general terms. Now, there is a very famous study showing that motivation, which we can say is very similar to happiness, comes from primarily three factors. There's autonomy, that's the freedom and control over your own life and choices. There's mastery, the feeling of progress, right? The feeling that you're getting better at something day after day as you're practicing. And the third one is purpose, the feeling that whatever you're doing has some meaning and it counts towards something, right? So autonomy, mastery, and purpose. These are the three things that are requirements for happiness. So let's say that our happiness before marriage is equal to autonomy before marriage, plus our mastery before marriage, and plus our purpose before marriage. Right? Now, marriage almost always reduces autonomy, and this is quite true even for guys, but it's 100% extremely true for women. So the number one reason to not marry is you feel it will reduce your freedom, your autonomy, and your control over your own life. Unfortunately, for women, but not for men, marriage also reduces mastery. After marriage, women are not encouraged to progress and get better at what they do. Why? Because making progress requires effort and concentration and time. And after marriage, women are told, or somehow they end up in this situation where, don't focus on work, don't study, don't work so hard, make sure you have time for your family, come home at this time, and so on. So for many women, marriage reduces autonomy as well as mastery. So that's two negatives. Now there's purpose. Now purpose is actually very, very tricky. I would argue that many women find that marriage increases their sense of purpose. Why? First of all, unless the marriage is really bad, right? Marriage gives you someone who will share at least a part of the burden of facing life's problems. And this really helps you feel less alone. You feel you are part of something, and that gives you purpose, right? Plus, a married woman has responsibilities for her husband, for her in-laws maybe, and then of course, big responsibilities towards her kids. And it has been found that the more responsibilities you have, the more purpose you feel. That's why if you help other people overcome their pain, you feel good, right? You feel that sense of purpose. Now, there are many built-in ways in which even an okay marriage improves life. You get someone to talk to, you get someone to help out if you get sick or injured, you get physical intimacy, which is a pretty basic human need. So let's say that our happiness after marriage is autonomy after marriage plus mastery after marriage plus purpose after marriage. So that's our second equation. So now think about this. Has our happiness gone up or down after marriage? So in simple terms, we've lost some freedom and we've gained some meaning and togetherness in life. Did we gain more than we've lost? Now remember, when we say happiness, we don't mean immediate happiness today. We mean the total happiness from today till the day we die. In math terms, all of these sums are integrals, but never mind that. So if we gain more than we lose from marriage, we should get married. Otherwise, we should just stay single. And where do values fit in? Well, if we share values with our partner, mostly we won't experience that huge loss in freedom, and we will experience a big increase in happiness and purpose. So if you're single and considering marriage, my advice would be figure out how much freedom you would lose in terms of autonomy and mastery, and how much your work would suffer, right? So think about your personal life, freedom in personal life, and how much your work would suffer. Then see how much you gain in terms of companionship, conversations, physical intimacy, and a partner in all your problems. So, bottom line, if the loss of freedom is too bad, don't get married. It's not worth it. Otherwise, get married. And remember, if our values are similar, the loss of freedom won't be too bad. If you have a question that you'd like me to answer, please click on the link that's available in the description and in the pinned comment.